Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone who is watching at whatever time of the day you are watching this. I hope you are having a pleasant day, and I hope your day continues to be great. Today's video is going to be another finance video, and it's going to be about how to get control of your money. I am personally on a financial journey to get more financially healthy, get out of debt, and build my assets, and also more than likely start to invest in things. And so I wanted to give you guys information on what I'm learning along the way. I'm really big on finance. I've been in and out of debt. I was over $100,000 in debt, and I've gradually gotten that out of debt. It has taken me some time, but I wanted to give you guys 5 tips, and actually 5 tips on how to get control of your money. So stay tuned for. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do when it comes to getting control of your money is access your spending habits. And I say actually look at how you're spending your money. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. I recently did that. I have a debit and a credit card. Of course, I'm trying to get out of credit card debt, consumer debt. And what I started to notice is that my credit card bill started to go up, my balance is going up. With some things I knew that I was paying for, but then some things it was like, what is this? So I looked at my debit card expenses monthly. I had actually taken the last 30 days and I looked at what I had spent money on with my debit and my credit card, and I noticed that with both of those I was actually paying for a subscription to Sling for both of those, one on my debit card and one on my credit card. Of course I called to cancel it. I actually ended up canceling both because I really didn't, I'm trying to get away from watching television so much. But I found that I had not canceled a previous subscription, and I was paying for that, and I had been paying for it for a couple months. And of course that was wasting money. I asked if I could get a refund. It does not hurt to ask. I did ask. Of course the answer was no, but I was able to cancel that out. And then there was another subscription that I was using with Adobe Cloud that I hadn't really been using for a while. When I first got it, I was using it on a regular basis, and right now I find that I don't need it right now. It was really more so to edit my videos, and because I have a different I have access to a different editing software right now, it's better for me and more feasible for me to use that versus paying a monthly subscription to something that I'm not using. So I canceled those two, and I'm actually saving about $100 a month just by assessing where my money was going, and then looking at my debit card and things like that, like just kind of breaking down receipts and things. So that's pretty much why it's really important to look at exactly where you're spending your money. Especially within a month, maybe a month or two, that I found there was another subscription that I had forgot about. It was an annual subscription, and they charged me, and my bank was overdraft, and I didn't even remember it. So that's another thing you need to pay attention to, is to kind of like make notes of the subscriptions that you have. Cancel the subscriptions that you have, because this subscription I hadn't used, and because it wasn't a recurring payment every month, it was a annual payment. I didn't catch it until it was too late. But then I was able to talk to the company and get a refund because I wasn't using it. So the second thing that I would definitely say to get control of your money is to create a budget. Budgeting, I know everyone probably hears about this all the time, but budgeting is extremely, extremely important when it comes to trying to get out of debt, when it comes to trying to get control of your money, because you want to be able to know where your money is going. You want to be able to tell your money where to go. And make a detailed budget, as detailed as you possibly can. You want it to be not miscellaneous. Don't put anything miscellaneous. If it's something like you want to get some things for the house, then write getting things for the house instead of saying miscellaneous. I need dish soap. I need cleaning items. And I found myself, like, when it came to creating my budget, and I will be honest, I don't follow my budget to the T all the time. That is something that I'm working on. So when I get a hold of, I'll give you guys some tips. I find that I was putting miscellaneous, and it was like kind of like a cop out, like, oh, I could just go grab some random stuff with the miscellaneous funds, and then even those funds is like, where the heck did that $50-$100 go? Where did I spend this money? So it's really more intentional spending versus just kind of like being frivolous with your funds, especially when you're trying to save, when you're trying to get out of debt, because some things you may not want to buy, or you could hold off on buying when you could put that money towards debt, because debt actually collects interest and you're going to end up paying more. The third thing that I would definitely say to get a hold of your money is to separate your bank accounts, to have separate bank savings accounts. So for me, I have an HSA fund, which all of my health savings, and I actually got this from my previous employer, but I can add to that as I want. And I save money for that, just specifically for if I have any medical emergencies. I have funds set to the side for any medical emergencies. I don't have to dip into my emergency fund to use for my medical emergencies, if I have to go to the doctor or anything like that. I also have a savings account, which is primarily where my emergency fund is, because I'm not saving anything right now. But once I get to a point where I am saving, but I'm not like specifically saving for, like, I don't have a sinking fund right now. So my savings account is specifically for my emergency fund. And then I have my checkings account, which is where all of my bills come out. That's my spending on all things bills, basically. And when you do your budget, another tip is to actually put into your budget savings and save first. Also, if you can, put it in an automatic savings. So when you get paid, direct deposit, portion of your check can go directly to your savings. And make sure those are separate bank accounts, because you don't want to be able to have access to your savings. You don't want easy access to your savings like you would your checkings account. Emergency funds, sinking fund, college funds, all of those can be separate. So you can allocate those funds, your funds, to different accounts. And be able to save and know exactly where your money is going, knowing this is for a college fund, I can't touch this. This is for groceries. Let me take money out and use groceries. Use that for groceries. Spending more intentionally, and I can touch on this a little bit more in another video, but spending more intentionally is more so like actually having a specific, it goes along with the budget, having a specific reason as to why you are spending what you're spending on. You don't have to deprive yourself, but when you do purchase something, what is it for? Like, does it spark joy? I don't know if you guys have seen KonMari Tidying Up, but it's actually a really good show, so check it out on Netflix. Is this something that really adds value to you? Is it something that you need? Me being someone who's who has decided to adopt a minimalist lifestyle, I'm finding that I need less stuff. Now, I would definitely say with my apartment, I do like decorations. So the things that I do want to bring in, I want them to bring me life. I want them to make me happy and bring me joy. Things don't necessarily make people happy. I get it. But you want to spend more intentionally when you go to the store, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the clothing store. Write lists of exactly what you need and what you want. More so what you need specifically, so that you can spend money on things that you need and be more intentional with your spending. The last thing is to save for expenses and stop borrowing. The biggest issue that we have today is debt. A lot of people are in major debt. I was in major debt. I am in debt, but I'm not that much in debt. I'm getting a hold of it. And I'll be honest, I don't like bills. I don't think anybody likes bills, period. The only bill I ever liked was a phone bill, and that was when I was 17. I was like, I have my own phone. Yay. Now I don't like any bills. So whatever bill I can alleviate and X out of my roster, whatever bill I can knock out, I am glad to do so. But make sure you are saving. If you want to get some furniture, or you want to get something big, a different wardrobe, save for it. Don't borrow money to get something that you're gonna end up having to pay more for than you will initially when you save. I've just completely drew a blank. But make sure you are save money instead of borrowing it to decrease your debt. So when you're out of debt, you're able to save more because you don't have those bills that money is going to. So I would definitely say save as much as you can and then purchase your items. We are all guilty of it. I know for a fact I am, unless you were well versed in finance, credit, debt, all of that stuff as you were growing older. When I got older, I figured this stuff out later on in life. So yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. The 5 things, I actually stick to 5 because I wrote it down. The 5 things is access your spending and evaluate your spending habits via any receipts, your debit card, credit card history in the past 30 days, just to see if there's any expenses that you may have a question about, or maybe you can get rid of it. Number 2 is creating a budget, just to make sure you are telling your money where to go and know where your money is going, and be as detailed as possible to create that budget so that you can get a hold of your money and knowing where it's going. 3 is creating separate bank accounts, just so you can have be specific about your savings and more intentional about your savings. Create a checking account, savings account for your emergency fund, an HSA, a 529. Granted, these are just funds. You can actually have a sinking fund as well, just in case you want to travel or things like that. Granted, the funds like the 529 and HSA, you can actually get those through your work possibly, but those are things that you can look into. Then 4 is spending more intentionally, having a purpose in purchasing things, and not having buyer's remorse. That's a big thing for me. I've suffered from that so many times. And then last but not least is to save for your expenses instead of going in debt for the things that you need or want. Unless it's like you need a new roof and you have to just get along because you don't have the money for it. So those are my 5 tips on how to get control of your money. If you have any tips or tricks or advice for anyone in the community that you feel I didn't cover, or you have any questions, let me know. I'm constantly doing research. I'm constantly trying to grow financially, thinking about possibly doing some investing. I will be doing some investing later on once I get a complete control of my money and my finances. If you liked this video, I hope you did. You watched this video to this point, you haven't subscribed yet, please do so for more videos like this. The next video I'm going to be talking to you guys about Arizona, because I am in Arizona. I moved from Arizona to Chicago, so I'm going to, if you have any questions about that below, let me know. Then I can try my best to create a video. I do want to still touch on Arizona because this is a new experience for me, and I know a lot of people are interested in relocating to Arizona, so that's something that I wanted to do as well on this channel, is to share not only finance and self-development, but also my tips on Arizona, not my tips, but my opinion on Arizona. So yeah, definitely come back for more. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.